Hello and welcome back to another review with me. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Jeffree Starr Bloodlust palette. I did a look on it as well. Yeah, I'm just going to run through my thoughts and opinions about the different shades and what I think. So if you're interested in buying it, then carry on watching. Okay, so I'm just going to kick off with the first row of shades. I'm going to start off with the colour Your Majesty, and this is kind of just a normal white shade. It's not too chalky, so yeah, it's just a matte white really, not much more I can say about it. The next colour is Take the Crown, and this is a shimmer satin shade, and it's a lovely lilac shimmery shade. That's really pretty, I like that. The consistency is really nice and the formula is nice as well. Moving on to the second row, this is the colour Deviant, and this is just a lovely lavender shade. This is a matte shade and it's quite pigmented for being a light pastel colour as well. Yeah, I really like that. Beauty Sleep is a shimmery satin again, like Take the Crown. And yeah, this is kind of a pearlescent rose gold pink, as you can see in the little clip. If you shine it in the light, it's got gold reflex in it as well, and again the formula is really soft for this. I wouldn't push too hard into it because I feel like you could probably get quite a lot of fallout and ruin the shade as well. But yeah, that's quite a nice shade to put in the inner corners if you want a shimmery look. You could couple Beauty Sleep as a highlight or an inner corner highlight, which is what I often do, which is what I've done today. But yeah, it's a really nice shade, I like it. Next is Wet Jewel, and this is an absolutely stunning satin colour. This is very mermaidy and very iridescent. It's got kind of like greens, pinks and golds reflected throughout, and I think that's absolutely beautiful. Next shade is Royal Pain, and this is a lovely mix between coral and kind of more of a rose kind of colour. That's a matte shade as well, and again that's very pigmented, so you don't need a lot for that to go a good long way. On to the third row. This next colour is called Dungeon, and this is a beautiful very dark purple matte colour, and again the pigment in it is madness. But yeah, I really like that colour. It's a very dark purple shade. It definitely matches the component pretty well. That'd be really nice for kind of like a dark smoky eye look if you want a hint of purple in it as well. We're on to Scandal Water, and Scandal Water is a mix between a blue and a purple. I definitely think that it's more towards the lavender side, but more of a blurple. Let's go with blurple. I like that colour. Now we're moving on to the more funky shades. The next one is called Sworn Enemy, and this is a goldy green. This is very pigmented. I've only very lightly put my finger in it, but yeah, it's a greeny gold. If you'd like kind of like a snake look or like a serpent look, I think that would definitely be a really pretty colour to use, because it's kind of colour that not many people would go for. But 100% if you're a look queen, then I'd definitely recommend that colour. And that is between a glitter and a satin shade. It's very soft formula and goes quite a long way with just one touch in the pan. Next up is Pink Magic, which is what I've got on the inner corners of my eyes today. And this is again a very soft formula, and I'd say it's more of a glitter shade. It's very pigmented again. All of Jeffree Starr's shadows are very pigmented. It's a very Barbie pink mixed with like an iridescent shimmer. Yeah, in the light it's very Barbie, very metallic looking as well. But yeah, I really like that shade. That's a little goes a long way. Next up is Bleeding Heart, and obviously this is the red shade in the palette. This is definitely more of a harsher glitter. Like when you put your finger into Pink Magic Wet Jewel and Take the Crown, it's very soft to the touch, whereas with this colour it's slightly more rough and very bold, very pigmented. It's kind of a mix between a matte and a shimmer, but it's more on the matte side than anything. It's got a little bit of shimmer and reflex throughout, but definitely it's more of a matte shade than anything. a little bit of pre-morning, it stains. So be very careful where you place this, and I wouldn't put it on if you're planning to take off your makeup anytime soon, because it's not going to budge anywhere. This next shade, I'm very excited about using, but also very scared. I also said that in the Blue Blood review. But yeah, there's always one shade that I'm a little bit like, wow, I really want to use it, but I'm scared to use it because I'll probably make myself look like a clown. So this shade is called Executioner, and it is a really pretty black with hints of the glitter throughout. So the glitter's got iridescent shimmers through it. It's got pinks, it's got greens, it's got reds, it's got blues, it's got pretty much every shimmer colour that you can imagine. I'm very excited to be able to use that. It might take a while for me to pluck up the courage to use it, but if I do use it, I will let you all know how I felt about it. The next shade is Hiking, and this is definitely like a dark mauve colour with fuchsia throughout it. It's a very pigmented matte shade as well, so there's quite a lot of mattes in here, but also equally enough shimmers to be able to make it a bold Jeffree Star moment, as he likes to put it. The next colour, Vivid Moon, is definitely a true mauve shade. It's a very pretty purple matte shade. It's probably a standard colour that you could be able to start a purple look off with in the outer crease. But yeah, it's more pink toned than anything. It's like a pinky purple. But yeah, I really like that shade as well. Next up is Monarchy. I think this has been put in for like a transition shade to be able to like blend your makeup in and have like something as a starter colour on your eyes. I think this would suit darker skin tones a little bit more because it looks a little bit too dark for a transition colour for someone as pale as me. But yeah, it's just a normal kind of caramelly brown colour, and that's a matte shade. To finish off that row, we're going to go in with Blood Queen. And this is a very royal purple, and this is a matte shade. I don't think it's got any shimmers in it. It's ever so slightly got a slight bit of shimmer in it, but you can't really notice it that much, but it's not completely matte. But yeah, that's a very dark purpley shade. It's kind of like a Cadbury colour, like Cadbury purple. Always results chocolate with me. Always thinking of food, ignore me. But yeah, that's a very pretty dark purple shade. Okay, on to the final line. We're going in with a colour called Vile Serpent, and this is a really pretty midnighty green colour. It's not even midnighty green. It's kind of like an in-between colour of like a turquoisey jade colour, and this is really pretty. It's a really lovely matte. With this colour, I find that the colour payoff isn't as good if you go in like first time with like a light touch. Like I've had to go in like a couple of times into the pan to be able to get like a good swatch from it. So maybe when you're using this, just be considerate. Obviously it doesn't come out as well. That's the only shade that I found in this palette that hasn't really got the colour payoff as all the other ones. But yeah, regardless of that, it's a really pretty colour. Okay, last and by certainly no means least, the last shade in the palette, and this is called Betrayal, and this is a lovely shimmery purple. This has got gold reflex throughout it as well, like a pinky purple. I can't mix those ones together. Pink purple. Punk. We'll go with punk. And that's a shimmery colour, like a satin shimmer colour. Okay, so moving on to the actual component. I really like the actual box for it. It's a really pretty hexagon shape. The fabric is like a velvet, and it's all vegan and cruelty free. I really like the box. It's nothing like he's done before. I really like the detailing as well. Obviously the crown on there is made up of gold. Well, not gold, it's just golden. And the clasp, it's like a jewellery clasp. The only thing I find is that where it's a different shape and I try to close it, it doesn't close very well sometimes. So if you are considering buying it, obviously just take into consideration, I don't know whether it's just my one, but when the clasp closes, it's not fully closed. I feel like it's not fully secure, so I probably wouldn't travel with this, but regardless I still love it lots. One thing I love the most about this as well is the fact of the actual size. Oh, there you are, hello. The actual size of the mirror as well. It's absolutely huge. Huge. I love the mirror on this because it's absolutely huge, and this is something that I can use for the whole of my makeup if I'm like round to friends. Definitely wouldn't take this travelling, as I said, but if I'm just travelling around to people's house or I'm going out for a night out, I definitely take it with me then. Overall, do I think it's worth the money? 100%. I had to finish the collection of the Blood collection of Jeffree Star's. I think despite what colour scheme Jeffree Star brings out, I'll have to buy it because it's Jeffree Star. One thing I love the most about Jeffree's products is the fact they're vegan and cruelty free. This is the 4th Jeffree Star palette that I now have. If you want me to go through my Jeffree Star collection and go through the palettes and the different products and the lipsticks that I've got, please let me know in the comments bar below. But yeah, thank you so much for watching my review of the Jeffree Star palette. If you want to carry on watching some of my videos and my content, I've got quite a few ideas as well that I want to share with everyone. So if you do like my content, please press the like and subscribe button, share with your friends, and yeah, have a good day. Love, love, love.